Hi, this is Dr. Jesse Jackson III, the author of the best-selling book, Daddy Issues. Why fathers are important and how do you love and forgive a father that has hurt or abandoned you. You know, we always say here at our practices that the number one issue in America today is the without a father syndrome. What that literally means is it means there's an emotional disconnect between a lot of our dads today and their kids. This does not mean you don't know your dad. This does not mean you didn't live with your dad. This does not mean your parents were not married. The abundance, there's so many people in America today that are really hurting. With Father's Day coming up, we thought it was really important for us to put this training out so people can listen and hear and kind of reflect on what has been going on in their life, the pains that so many people are dealing with when it comes to the repressed pain of molestation, substance abuse, marijuana abuse, heroin use, cocaine, the anger that we see in so many of our folks, the emergence of cancer. Folks, I know that it's deep rooted issues that are tied to our lack of emotional relationship with our dad. Our father's really unique for all of us because our father makes an emotional deposit in our life. Our father's responsible for our self-esteem, our confidence. When you get rejected by your father, or your father very simply doesn't know how to love and express love to us, it can be some of the worst rejection we've ever felt, irregardless of gender, class, and economics. This can be a dictating factor to why people are not successful. So listen, this week it is really critical. I want this nation to be able to face its father issues, positive or negative, and be able to move forward understanding that our fathers are relevant, are important, and how do you go about processing yourself through disappointments, rejections, and the relationship may not have been the way you want. This training will help you do that. Please enjoy and tell as many people as you can. This is the number one problem in the country, irregardless of race, gender, economics, daddy issues. This is what we need from our father.
Where is the biggest issue? The issue for all of us becomes in number 5 is we need our mothers and fathers. Why do people have the problems they have emotionally? The problem for reason for all of the issues we are discussing about inconsistency, up and down, up and anger, substance abuse, emotions, I feel bad, the things that I'm dealing with, it'll all take us back. Root cause. My friend said, what is the underlying root cause? It'll all take us back to our emotional relationship with our dad. The most important relationship every human being's got in life has been with their father. Now notice what I'm saying. Emotional. Emotional is gray. Can't see it. Don't know how you feeling. I don't know how it hurt you. I don't know what happened when your daddy planted that seed to you that you don't give this person that because they'll never appreciate it. I don't know where that came from. I don't know where these attitudes came from. So no one knows how you feel until we put pressure on you. So our father is the most critical relationship to our emotional stability. Trust me. And it's dangerous because it's great. This does not mean that this has nothing to do whether you live with your daddy or not. You can live with your daddy and end up worse. You can live under the roof with an abusive father and end up worse. You can live in the same city with your daddy and have the worst self-esteem in the country, broke up, can't manage, hurt feelings, can't survive, need to smoke marijuana. Marijuana is a drug of depression. Marijuana is not a party drug. So if you got kids smoking marijuana who got a lot of money, trust, you better know what they're doing. They are functionally managing pain that we don't understand. And I work with very rich athletes, and trust me, the issues that they're having with their kids, you have never seen. Trust. Has nothing to do with money. Daddy issues have nothing to do with money. Your daddy could be super loaded. Your daddy could be president and you end up using cocaine and being a drunk. And still could make it to the White House. You hear what I'm saying? So you ask yourself, wait a minute, your father's a man of authority, he's got a lot going on in life. What would cause this kid to act that way? Well, just so happens my daddy's gone all the time. And my response to that void is alcohol for liquid support, and cocaine for a mental and emotional break. So I'm going to give this to you and send you home for what I call a family meeting. Is the thing you've got to be able to understand is the father-child relationship is the most critical to every single human being. It influences our emotional stability like nothing else. When you look around, the society has been trying to say, well, that's not the case. It's always been the case. And mothers and fathers do different things. So don't ever compare a mother and a father. They're different. And I'm going to show you what you need from your mother, and I'm going to show you what you need from your daddy. Don't ever try to compare them because they're different. And the person who set this up gave us two parents for a reason. Because you need both, apparently. Now, you better think this stuff through, because if you say, okay, well, me and my wife went through a divorce, and this is what happens, you got to start looking. There are some families that are going through cycles. There's some families that have a father that he doesn't know a lot, or he has those real stagnant ideas about life. You got some dads that quit on their kids. So that has nothing to do with money. You emotionally quit on him. He needed you. He needed a hug. He needed you to take him to college. He needed you to do some things for him, but you quit. So just because you and my mama fell out didn't have nothing to do with me. So now I'm walking around with beat down self-esteem because you and my mother somewhere acting like teenagers, and now you put me in the middle of it, and my feelings hurt, and I'm crying, so I'm not going to cry no more, but I am going to roll this marijuana up, and I'm going to smoke till I pass out. And I don't care if I get super drunk at Buffalo Wild Wings and I got to go back through Orchard Lake Township. I know the chief got his guys out there, but I hope today I can stop at the light. And don't swerve. You see this all the time. I think we should work together. I'm synergizing here, Chief, a little bit there, right? You got some single moms have had to stand up, step up and do the job. And so now you got to remember, you got some people never met their daddy, some people that know him, but he doesn't acknowledge them. These kids are the ones that are bitter and angry and very hurt. I always tell my colleagues that these are carjackers. These are people that know their daddy. He live in the same town as them, but he don't mess with them like that. You know what that pain is like? So this means Father's Day is coming up and you got kids that's only going to call their daddy, and we live in the same city. Mother's Day is coming up and some kids that will send a text, leave their mother a voice message, and we live in the same state. And if you got a son and he's doing you like that, you know you did something wrong, because boys will chase their mama down all over the world. I'm like, how many sons here? You love your mama. Hello. That's your mama. He is emotionally stagnant, man. He shows me no love. He can't even hug me. I can't tell you the last time I hugged my daddy. You know, he see me and want to stick his hand out. That's why men ready to hug their son, want to talk about man, law, and theory. So now your son is all emotionally unavailable to his wife and kids, and now he's trying to raise a kid in the be a man theory, and don't know how to cry, and don't know how to hug, and don't know how to love, and don't know how to tell his wife he love her, and don't know how to say I'm sorry, and you done raised an idiot that's going to end up being your roommate, because both of y'all are two stubborn, hard-headed, prideful guys that won't be loving. So, number 4. Now this is what you got to watch. This is what, and it didn't get me in trouble. It actually increased my Twitter account and got me very hot. I'm the first person that came out and said, I denounce mentoring. The victim of the substitute daddy. That's these people trying to be daddy subs. My mama's boyfriend. My mama's new husband. And what do we always do to the mentor substitute daddy? When the pressure gets on, what they always say, you're not my daddy. So now what you're doing with that group of young boys in the school, you can't coach them. But you're not qualified to be their mentor, because if you check the root word of mentoring, it'll take you back to a father-son, big brother relationship 1,000% of the time. And I'm not qualified to be your daddy. And what that kid is begging for, you and mama acting a fool, is he's like, could y'all just get together and knock it off and give me my family back so I can grow up with both of y'all? Can y'all knock it off? Could you stop cheating, daddy, for a week? They'll go home. They say, we got Dr. Jackson's card. He helps couples that have been broken up. You guys need to go. Why? Because I do not want to grow up with my daddy's girlfriend and my mother's boyfriend, because both of you can go get a new family. These kids are hurting. This has nothing to do with poverty. It has nothing to do with money. Why is this kid so mad? Why is he just not doing well in school? Why is he so angry with you? Why is he snapping back at you? Why you say something to him and he want to kind of cock his head a little bit like he's not really feeling you at this, you know what I'm saying? I just went Decatur. My English went Alabama on me a little bit, but he not feeling you. You know what I'm saying? He's looking at like, Mom, what? You know when a boy starts feeling good and they start measuring to see who's taller, they doing the chin?
Yeah.
This is where this stuff comes from. So substitute daddy never works. You can't mentor him. You can coach him though. You do not try to get your pastor. You don't try to get Mr. Flag to start a mentoring group. It doesn't work like that. Where is his daddy at? His daddy in the city and he looking up to me? Really? Not me. Talking about, could you talk to my son? Yeah, I talk to him and I say, where your daddy at? When the last time you talked to him? You need to call him tonight. And you cannot turn a kid off from his daddy. Okay, now you got to remember, their relationship is not your relationship, and we're not talking about safety, security, where it's unsafe. We're talking about that kid's got to develop his own view of his daddy. And this is why you don't ever intervene and let the daddy call you and tell you he not coming. No, no, you need to tell your son you're not coming yourself. Because I'm not taking a blow for you, and I'm not relaying the message. And he got a cell phone too, because you pay the bill. So what made you call me? And don't send him a text, because that's a coward. You his daddy. Everybody say, I love. I love. Dr. Jackson. Dr. Jackson. And Dr. Jackson, loves me. Loves me. We're making progress. I feel good. Hello? Hello. You don't want your kids doing dope. You don't want a marijuana head and you live out here in West Bloomfield and you make $500,000 a year and your kid's spending his $200 allowance on marijuana, driving down to an outskirts city buying marijuana and getting in unsafe situations because he's unstable and he know he got to leave his community because the chief won't have drug trafficking, so he got to go to the next city to get some marijuana and some pills. So now he's